Hello, everybody. Kelly Atchison at AStampAbove.com coming to you from a beautiful and sunny Menasha, Wisconsin. Oh my gosh, we have so many people in here saying hello from all over the world. We've got Canada in the house, New York, another Canada, West Florida, Brandon, Mississippi. I was like, MS, Mississippi. We've got Illinois, Minnesota, Manitoba, Yuma, Arizona. Hi, Diane, North Dakota, New York. My goodness, I am so happy to see you all here tonight. It is July 13th. How did we get to the middle of July already? Well, kind of. At the end of the week, middle of the week, it'll be the middle of July. Good grief, right? Where does it go? Hi, Shelby from a brand new Marshfield, Wisconsin. I hope your move went well. Ooh, that's kind of a big undertaking, right? California, Illinois. Oh my gosh, South Carolina, Texas. Hi, Ruby D. Happy to see you here too. Wet Texas, yeah. Prayers go out to Texas. Boy, they've been getting hammered. New Mexico is getting it. Canada's got fires going on again. Dina came on Thursday night and stayed overnight and went to the Stampin' Up event with me Friday. And before she left, her son called and said that, well, I probably should let her tell the story. I'll let her tell the story. She'll tell it. Anyways, they had tornadoes in Iowa. Yeah, I'm not going to steal her thunder. So, I had, again, just a really busy week. I don't even know where my week goes. And you know what I had to do, you guys? It's been so crazy that I had to look through the pictures in my camera because I always take pictures. My kids call me a Snapchat whore. With all love. It's pretty funny. I had to look through my pictures to see like, oh my gosh, what did I do this week besides the event that just ended? So first of all, last Monday, I celebrated my birthday. Thank you guys so much for all the birthday cards, the birthday wishes. You sure know how to make a girl feel special. And I feel the love. So on my birthday, I decided to go visit my mom. So Haley, Val, Dawson, and I drove over to my mom's house. It's a couple hours away, a little less than a couple hours. And somebody on here said something about giving their mom flowers, not on their mom's birthday, maybe then too, but on their own birthday, because, you know, like she's the reason why I am here, right? So I thought that was a really great idea. So before we left on Monday morning, I went to the floral shop and I bought her a big, beautiful bouquet of flowers. Oh my gosh, they were so pretty. So many pretty different kinds of flowers, different colors. And we drove over there. And I also took some birthday cupcakes so we could celebrate. I took some other stuff too because I made lunch for everybody, which was really nice. I made my famous hamburgers. So just a few weeks ago, I made these hamburgers with Worcestershire sauce and an egg and Italian seasoning and garlic powder and onion powder and Montreal steak seasoning. Oh my gosh, they're to die for, you guys. They're so good. Haley said she was going to make them for her family today because she had one and she's a really picky eater. Anyways, I made lunch for everybody. We visited with my mom for a long time and she was just so touched that we took my birthday to spend with her. Like, you spent your birthday with me. Like, you came all the way over here on your birthday to spend it with me. So I'm so glad that I did that. Like, so glad. And we took the kids down to the pond, which I've never really been to. Rosie's pond. Rosie lives across the street. She's my mom's dear friend. And they have a pond and they had sand hauled in. So there's a sandy little beach. And what was that thing I told you guys about? Was that last week? Yeah, because today's the 13th. That thing that floats around, a floating dock, whatever you call it, platform, whatever. Somebody told me last week. Now I can't remember it already. And anyways, the kids played on there. They caught fish. The fish are just right there. There's sunfish everywhere. And they've got a big net and they just scoop the fish out and then they put them in their little dams. Oh, I know. I had another class that I was talking about this on. So I'm like, ready to tell this story. Anyways, we spent time by, and I said, you know what? We're coming back up here on these hot days since we don't have a pool. And I'm bringing my floaties, like my lounge, my floating lounge. And we're going to come back over here and we're just going to hang around for a few days so we can go swim in that pond. The water's really clear. It's not like gross and full of leeches and stuff like that. But anyways, and she was talking about my visit there like 3-4 days later. She was just so happy. And so I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that that's what I wanted to do on my birthday. And we had a really great time. We came back that day. And what else? Val had her first soccer game. Val and Dawson are playing on the same soccer team this year. Haley's the coach. So they had their first soccer game and they won. Not that they really keep track of winning and losing, but we do. Because there's a winner and there's a loser. You have to be gracious as both, right? Valerie scored 3 goals. And I mean, she dominated that game. And I'm like, there's our little soccer player. I was a soccer coach for Haley till she was like, I don't know, 10, or when we had to like really know things. Because I never played soccer in my life. But you know how when you're a mom, I called up and I'm like, she's 5 years old. I got her on the soccer team. I call up and I'm like, hey, I can help out. And they're like, that's great because we need coaches. And I'm like, no. I know nothing about soccer except you kick the ball in the goal. That's all I know. And they're like, no, you don't need to know anything. They're 5. So I just kind of corralled all the little, airplane and the little herd of sheep that all run and fight over the ball. I did that till 10 years old. And then it was time for me to step back and have somebody else come in that knew what they were doing. And Haley's team that came up all the way through that were phenomenal. We played tournaments and the whole deal. And I can't take credit for it because, again, no clue. But we had a lot of fun. And that was an experience that I'm really glad that I did. But now Haley's the coach and Valerie really dominated the game. Val and Dawson are both very good athletes. And it's funny that you can say that when they're 3 and 5. But if you've ever seen a kid that's a good athlete at that age, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of a little weird. So that was really fun. Soccer. And then Tuesday night, I had a team meeting and I couldn't go to their T-ball game. So, but they did great and Steve went. So he's holding up our end, right? Pamela, what's happening? You're having issues with the live. Please tell me about that a little bit. Because somebody on here will be able to probably help you out. Yeah, Lynn, a gift for my mom, right? And me. It was wonderful to see her and spend some time there. And we used to call it amoeba ball because all the kids surround the ball. They're so funny. I know. They're so funny. But so I did that this week. What else? Okay, so the rest of the week I was getting ready because I was a presenter. Stampin' Up came to town. Appleton is like it's 3.7 miles to the Paper Valley Hotel, which is where Shannon West, my demonstrator development manager, came into with Genevieve Coe, who is the demonstrator development manager for all of Canada. And I just love both of these ladies. They both came into Appleton to put on an event for demonstrators. And oh my gosh, Friday all day, we had so much fun and I presented. So in getting ready for that, I am going to be sharing the things that I presented throughout the next 2 to 3 weeks because I made a whole bunch of stuff. So that's kind of cool. I am a little bit ahead of the game for once. Barbara, thank you so much. Barbara said Kelly did an amazing job. If you would have been there Saturday, that was a little more refined and I did not go over my time because Shannon yelled at me and said, don't go over your time. She didn't yell. She just goes, try to stick to your, I had 20 minutes, you guys. I can't even get through this part of my life with you in 20 minutes. I don't know what she was thinking. Anyways, it was really, really fun. Yeah, we had a great time. So What else is happening? It was wonderful to see so many of my team members. There were between 20 and 30 team members there, and it's always good to get together with them. We had just a really good time. A lot of us went to the same place for lunch. We tried not to have like one giant table because we knew there wasn't enough time for them to serve all of us as a one giant table, but we all got to sit in the same room. So that was really cool. What else? Thank you, Patty. Thank you very much. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie sat at our table with us. That was really nice. Yeah, it was a really good time. Learned a lot. There were some really good topics that were shared, some fantastic display boards. That's one of the things I really, really love. So if you're a serious stamper and you're not a discount shopper yet with Stampin' Up, you really need to think about that, because whether you run this as a business or a discount shopper, you're just in it for the discount, you get to come to stuff like this. And it's phenomenal. And it really just gets your creative juices going. It recharges my batteries. And Tammy said it was great for in person. So much fun. It was so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing some things that I made there. And I have something that I didn't make there. I was working on something this afternoon to share with you tonight. Last update I'm going to do here is our pool update. Oh, wait, John report. So I saw John a couple times this week. He brought a pump over for Steve because we have about this much water in the bottom of our gross green little swimming pool that's empty except for this much water. So John brought over a fountain pump and told Steve he could use that to pump the rest out because our pump is up at South Park. Well, John's pump didn't work. So I don't know if Steve's talked to him about that yet or not, but whatever. And pool update. And I don't want to get into this because it's something that makes me very angry and we're here to have fun. So we're going to but I will tell you that we gave our pool guy $5,000 last year to order a new custom liner. It's a custom made liner that goes in our in-ground pool, right? And he never ordered it. And it's still not ordered. So can you imagine? Oh my God. Linny wants to know how many do I have on my team. It's somewhere around 300, I think. I would have to look at my numbers, but it's big. It's big. I have a really big team and I'm just so grateful to all of them because we have so much fun together. So that's why we do our team meetings on Zoom, because no matter where everybody lives, I have demonstrators in Alaska and Hawaii and all over the country. And no matter where people live, we all get together in that Zoom and we can do show and tell where everybody's there and, they get to show things that they made and watch demonstrations. It's just a lot of fun. If you're interested in knowing anything about joining my team, you can go to my blog at www.AStampAbove.com. Let me see if this is it. Oh, look, it's running across the bottom of the screen because this is so fancy. Right? So that's my blog. You can just go there anytime. And over in the right-hand column, if you're on a computer, it's different on an iPad, it's different on a phone, but you'll find all kinds of little categories. And $99 kit will tell all about what I have available to my team. So thanks for asking that. I appreciate it. Let me get back to my comments here. So now I found out that the company that he supposedly had given the measurements to, but they needed more measurements and he never got back to them. Yay. They have been involved in a cyber attack and their computer systems have been attacked by, these cyber bullies who try to extort money out of you to get your system back. And so they're not functioning right now. Yeah. So enough about that. Yeah. Bobette, you're coming in from St. George, Utah. What a beautiful place. Stampin' Up! Used to send us to St. George, Utah for a retreat every year. And I have some super fun memories. Some of my best travel memories happened in St. George, Utah. So thank you, Lorraine, for saying I'm a great team leader. I do love my team and all that is involved with my team. I just love it. We have lots of challenges, card swaps. Like I said, team meeting, I provide classes, all kinds of stuff. It's fabulous. Okay. So if you're watching me on YouTube, there are some links right under the video in the see more. We've got a link for the Charming Day online class, and I'm going to go find that right now. Charming Day online class. Oh my gosh, this one is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Now, there's 3 options. You can get the option number 1 is I want it all. You need the bundle. You're going to get everything else shown here. Option 2 is going to give you ribbon, embellishments, some designer series paper, 6 pre-cut cards, and any dies that aren't included in this bundle included with that, and a PDF with videos for all 6 cards. It's fantastic. If you do not want the card packet and you already have the bundle, you can get the PDF. So again, under the YouTube video or on my blog, you will find all the information about this. And that was fancy, wasn't it? It's going to be a fantastic online class. I'm going to save the rest of my things happening for after we start stamping a little bit. Also, under this video is a shopping link to shop with me. I always appreciate your orders. That's what keeps free videos coming your way. And the same with the blog post. All the projects that I make tonight are going to be featured on my blog, but it takes me a couple hours to get that all set up before I can publish it to the public. So you got to give me a couple hours when we're done tonight, and I will have a blog post. You'll see still photos, all the dimensions. There's a complete product list that says what color of ink pads I used and what the name of those embellishments were. When you click on those items, it goes right to my online store. So it's pretty cool. Again, a little fancy. I've been doing that for a long time. And then I also want to remind you, when you place an order of $35 or more with me during the month of July, on August 13th, we're going to have a private class called Stamp Happy Party. It is a live class, and Barb Dina and I stamped together, and it was my month to pick out the fun fold. I have a fantastic fun fold picked out, and then Barb Dina and I each make that fun fold with all different stuff. So it's super, super fun. Lots of shenanigans happen in that video. And it's a little bit more on a personal level. So if you've ever wanted to get to know us a little bit better, these private live videos are certainly a way to know probably more than you ever wanted to about us. So, okay, I have prizes to give away. There are 3 ways to win a prize with me. The first way is to comment. Leave a comment under the video, whether you're watching it live or on the replay. You can leave a comment on YouTube. You can go out and comment on Facebook on any of the posts about this. Also, I am live right now on Facebook as well as YouTube. So I'm doing double duty with all this fancy streaming software, which is so cool. So by leaving a comment, you get entered into a drawing to win fabulous prizes. One moment, please. I just lost my embellishments that I want to give away. So I have a pack of the beautiful purple adhesive backed, let's back that off. Adhesive backed sequins. These are gorgeous, and you get 200 of them. Whoa, right? This is for commenting on my video last week, and these are going out to Judy Cruth of Crawley, Louisiana. Judy, you have some happy mail coming your way. Okay, make sure you comment so you can get in on that drawing. And thank you guys for I see some birthday wishes coming in. Thank you so much. I had like the best birthday. All right, next up. While I was at that demonstrator event in Appleton this weekend, one of my team members, Debbie, is on here. She brought me some duplicates that she had. And so one of the duplicates are these dies. They're the Poppin' Buy dies. They go with the popcorn stamp set. And, this is specifically for that stamp set, but you've got a little picture film type image, some little sunglasses, all of these little popcorns, and some little shoes for popcorn. So I am giving these dies away for sharing my video last week. Now, someplace on your screen, there is a share button, and you can share this to Facebook, maybe Instagram, maybe Pinterest. It'll pop up with, where do you want to share this to? Facebook is a great place. Once you share my video, just comment here that you liked, click the thumbs up or the like button, and that you shared it. Please also make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are not a subscriber, once you subscribe, it will send you a notification when I get everything ready and say, I'm going to be live tonight. It'll send you a notification, Kelly's live. It's kind of a nice little reminder. So these popcorn dies for sharing the post or the video. Elaine Rebeck. Elaine, these are coming to you. Yay. Elaine is from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. She's one of my very, very long time customers and friends. So Elaine, you have some fun little popcorn here. Now, if you don't have the stamp set, you'll probably want to get it. But you can also just take these little popcorns and use them without it. You can draw a little eyes and a smiley face on them and make faces out of them and put sunglasses on them and shoes. Super cute. So that's going out to Elaine. And then next up is for placing orders. Everybody that places an order with me each week gets entered into a drawing to win fabulous prizes. I have the plaster painting 3D embossing folder. Remember this? I think we used it last week, didn't we? We used it on something recently. This is a gorgeous 3D embossing folder. This was also donated by Deb. Deb, thank you very much. This is going out to Sue Guys from Boscobel, Wisconsin. Sue, thank you so much for your order, and I hope you love this as much as I do. All right, let me get these set aside with the names on them so I don't lose track of things. Also, I want to show you guys a little sneak peek. For being a presenter over the weekend for the Stampin' Up event, Shannon West gave me this whole suite of products. I told her, I'm like, you didn't have to do that. I'd have done that for nothing. It's really fun to be a presenter. So this is coming out in our next mini catalog, which is right around the corner, you guys. Let's see. Here's a card from Shannon. Oh my gosh, this is hysterical. Do you guys recognize this? I designed this card. So that's really cute. Let's see what Shannon says. Thank you so much for sharing such an awesome presentation in Appleton. I am so grateful for you, for all you did to promote the event with your team and others. Stampin' Up hit the jackpot the day you signed up. How sweet is that? But isn't that funny that she probably found this card online and did not even know that I designed this? It was one of my Technique Club cards. I love that. This is the biggest form of flattery for me as a stamper is when you guys are taking these ideas and using them. So I am super, super flattered by that. Okay, you want to see the loot? Enough about my card. We've got Light and Wonder. This is a beautiful sentiment set, 11 different stamps in it. Let's look at the dies, shall we? This is the whole suite that I got for doing a presentation, which was super fun. Okay, here we go. This was demonstrated at our event too by another demonstrator. Oh, look at these dies. They're trees. Look at that. This is going to be phenomenal. Wait until you see the paper. Oh my God. It's called Lights of Aurora. Hang on. I got to open this. Well, this is a really big sneak peek because nobody has this except for the people that demonstrated this weekend. Okay, I'm going to try to stick it way up here. This is all about the Northern Lights, you guys. And then some really cool, pretty colors on the back. Yeah, that are really kind of all like Northern Lighty. Is that a word? Northern Lighty? This is so pretty. Hang on. I got to get my comments up where they belong. Okay, so not only did I get the stamp set, the paper, these amazing dies. I got this beautiful ribbon, and it's like iridescent-y. It sparkles. And some new embellishments called Frosted Iridescent Dots. Can't wait to play with all that. I better get a thank you card out in the mail for that, right? Can't forget. Okay. I think we're ready to stamp. What do you guys think? Are you guys ready? Deb saw this. Deb saw this in the demonstrations at the event. So yeah, it's really, really pretty. Yeah, and Shelby says she can't believe they haven't done that type of DSP before, right? Yeah, I know. I agree. Wow, look at all the comments coming in. It's really pretty. Okay. I think that's all I need to talk to you about at this moment. And we did prizes, so that's huge. Let me get some of my goodies out here so you can see what I am going to be playing with. I've got pretty much brand new stuff tonight that I'm playing with. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. Let me get out all my bits and pieces. We'll throw this over here. And yeah. Okay, are we ready? Watch this. Oh, hang on. I got to figure out. And you guys can still hear me, right? Ha! Okay, hang on. I'm getting a drink. What are you guys drinking tonight? I have my strawberry lemonade. Look it. There we go. Christine, Raleigh, North Carolina, and our trip to Tennessee. Christine, Andrea bought me this when we went to Raleigh for Stampin' Up. I gave Haley my old bottle. Remember, I had to retire one? Well, two, because they start squeaking after a while when you drink out of the straw. Haley took one home today. She's been going to the YMCA and working out. Good for her. She keeps asking me to go with her, and I keep like going, yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, look at how cute this is. This is a new online exclusive. It's called Long Time No See. And we've got the Wiener dog. And then we've got the cute llama. And this is a llama. It's not an alpaca. And I looked that up to see what's the difference between a llama and an alpaca, because I wanted to sound a little bit more intelligent than I did about that floating dock thing in the water that I can't remember what it's called. But the difference is that alpacas have short little faces, noses, and they're really fluffy. And these guys have longer noses, and that's as far as I got. So I had to take a shower because, you know, I needed to be fresh for you guys tonight. So, oh my goodness, we got mellow yellow with cranberry pineapple juice. Wow, that sounds really good, Trish. Some caffeine-free Diet Coke. Anybody having an old-fashioned tonight? Wine spritzer. Elaine, you're the big winner tonight. Woo! Yeah. Oh, thank you, Audrey. My new software is cool. I have Sarah Simon to thank for that. She shared this with me. So, long time no see. I'm going to pull a couple words out of the Unbounded Love. And guess what I'm using? I'm using Floral Charm for a Wiener dog card. Does that seem strange? Just wait. It's pretty cool. And then I've also got the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. And these go with the Charming Suite, the Floral Charm and the Charming Day bundle, which is my online class this month, you guys. So if you never tried an online class, you should give it a try. We cut all the cardstock. I can't get this out. We cut all the, hang on, you got to be smarter than your packaging. We cut all the cardstock for 6 different cards. And you get to just take it and put it together and make beautiful cards. Oh, these are so pretty, aren't they? Can you see them? How sparkly. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, let's get started. So one of the things that I demonstrated this weekend is how to use up scraps. And I know that we all have our packages. Let me grab one here. We all have our packages of Designer Series paper with all these scraps in here, right? We just keep all the scraps. Well, we need to be doing some things with those scraps. So I'm going to show you what I like to do with scraps. First off, I've got a Night of Navy card base here, 5.5 by 8.5. I have scored it at 4 1/4. Deb says she can't wait to see the new mini catalog. I know. If you are a demonstrator or a discount shopper with Stampin' Up, we get to see that at the end of the month online. And then we also get, you know, of course, the hard copy will be coming, but we get to see it at the end of the month online, which is really cool. So what I'm going to do here, I've got crumb cake. That's our card base. Crumb cake 4 by 5 1/4. And then I've got a whole bunch of 1-inch strips here. And I am going to line them up just like this. And then I've got an extra one here. I'll use that for something else. But we're going to put some glue on the back. We're using the other side because, well, I don't know that this has anything to do with the Wiener dog, but you'll see what I do on the other side here. Put some glue out there. And one more here. Okay. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I don't want this to make a mess, right? I just don't want it to make a mess. So what I like to do with these strips is just 1 inch by 3 3/4. And I am just going to kind of randomly throw them on the front of my card. Now I could put them all in a row and make them nice and straight, but that's a little tricky. And I want this to be quick and easy. This is a really fun little design. You can mix and match all kinds of different patterns. But isn't that a lot easier than trying to line up? One of my cards tonight, we're going to line up, and there's a lot of lining up. But this one, super fun, easy, no fuss, right? So now I am going to put this on the front of my card. And again, great way to use up 1 inch, 3/4 inch. Doesn't have to be 1 inch. It could be 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch gets a little small, but whatever suits your fancy. You just use up your scraps. They could be different sizes too. That's okay. So we've got that going on. I'm going to bring in my linen thread. Hang on, because if you guys saw me get that glue on my fingers, it's going to haunt me for the rest of our show tonight. We don't want that. Get mine. Okay. Oh, I'm missing a whole bunch of comments here. Joan says she still needs to win the lottery so she can buy what she wants. I know, right, Joan? I am totally with you on that. I would love to win the lottery. I would love all the problems that comes with that. Have you guys ever watched that show on TV about the disastrous lives of people who have won the lottery? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to wrap this around 3 times. You get a ton of linen thread in a roll. And it's one of my favorite things, actually. It's just thin. It just adds that little something extra special. This card would be kind of plain and boring without it. And I just love the linen thread. So, and because it's so thin, I can tie it in a knot. And then I can fuss with my bow. Okay, now I can mess around and make a really nice bow. Just makes it my life easier. I could use a little of that sometimes, right? I think we all could use a little bit. I like to hold my loops while I'm adjusting my bows. Otherwise, they kind of, when you pull them through there, they get curled, and I don't like that. It's not the look I'm looking for. And I like to leave them kind of spread out so they're random. Okay, next up, we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So I have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white, and then I've got a 1 by 3 3/4, same size as my random strips of the Designer Series paper here. I'm going to stamp. Well, let's bring our stamps in. I'm like, what am I doing? Think, Kelly, think. I've got my Memento black ink and a white ink pad. I am going to stamp my sentiment first. I want to just lay this in place so I know where to stamp my inside sentiment. And this is going to be a get well card. Oh, that's really crooked. Thank goodness God gives us 2 sides to every piece of cardstock, right? So let me stand up and see if I can get this straight. Oh, so much better. Okay. Whew. Then I've also got some, a 1/2 inch strip. I cut 2 just in case, you know, because we just had this little whoopsie doodles. So I cut 2 just in case. But I'm going to, again, I'm going to stand up so I can hopefully get this on here straight. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we've got that going on. I've also got an envelope here. And in my envelope, I just took a scrap of cardstock and I'm going to tuck it down in the corner over here because we're going to do a little bit of blending. Here comes our Wiener dog. And I think we should name him Leo. My sister had a Wiener dog. She got a Wiener dog, a puppy, and a kitten at the same time. Leo and Kate from the Titanic. Kate was like a little Angora cat, and she was gorgeous. And Haley used to put her in a little stroller and push her all around, and she would just stay in there and absolutely loved it. So it was pretty funny. Now I'm going to take another scrap here of crumb cake, and I'm going to stamp Leo on there. And, oh, then we're going to, I keep putting him away, but we're not done with him. We're going to take a scrap of our designer series paper, and I'm going to, oops, I blew that. Hang on, I didn't get it far enough. I was trying to save a little bit, but that didn't go over real well. Okay, just like that. So we're going to do some fussy cutting here. Just reading some comments, trying to, hi, Shar from Wisconsin. Yeah, you guys, if you could give me a thumbs up, I always appreciate that. And let's see. I think that we're going to go right here. So what I'm going to do, oh, I just cut my dog's foot off. That is not what I want to do. We do not want Leo to be footless. Let's try that again. I was thinking I was cutting this out, you guys. So let's head over here. We're going to cut off Leo's foot because we're going to do some paper piecing. And so I'm just going to cut out the little dog sweater. And this is just kind of a really great reminder that when we have designer series paper that has a really mellow design on it, that we can use. It's great for paper piecing because you can still see the stamped images because the paper isn't like so busy, right? It wouldn't look that great on here, but it looks great on here. So don't forget the power of stamping right on your designer series paper. And of course, if you hate to fussy cut, you may want to do this technique with something that has a matching die set or matching punch set. That's a great idea. I need to cut this ear out. So just bear with me here a little bit. I forgot about that. I need to get this a little bit closer right here or it doesn't really work that great. Okay, there we go. Now, the thing about this is that I need to cut out Leo also. So what kind of story can I tell you while I'm doing this? Steve went golfing today with his brother. So a little weird story about his brother. His brother is younger than him. And he recently found out he's been having some heart problems over the last few years. And real weird because he's in good shape. You know, he takes care of himself. But he's been having all these heart problems. And he was having a really hard time catching his breath. He couldn't even walk up a flight of stairs. And he was like huffing and puffing. And so he kept going to the doctors. And finally, his doctor told him that his veins around his heart were like not acting right. And they were causing all kinds of problems. And I don't know all the details because, you know, I'm not that medical person. But his doctor said, you need to have this ablation. Is that a word? I think it is. My nursey people will know this. Debbie, you know what I'm talking about? He had to have this ablation. And his insurance company, it's $300,000. And his insurance company told him they wouldn't pay for it. And so he wasn't going to get it done. Like, he's like, well, I'm not getting it done until this gets approved by insurance, which I totally get. But his doctor told him, like, the insurance company, something about 90 days, needed to wait 90 days or something like that. And his doctor told him, you're not going to be here 90 days from now. Like, that's how serious it was. Like, it was going to kill him. And so Steve's talking to his brother on the phone and he's like going, Scott, just get the surgery. Dude, you can worry about the insurance claim afterwards. You're going to die. And then they found out something about if you go to the emergency room, then there's no order on the surgery and they have to pay for it, blah, blah, blah. It was just a whole circus. But turns out the insurance company. He got the thing done. He was golfing today, so he obviously is doing good. And pretty sure the insurance company is going to pay for it. But it's like, no, you're worth more than $300,000, my friend. I understand how crazy that would be and how much stress that would cause to know that your insurance might not pay that. But life is life and death is final. And I wouldn't be messing with that. Okay, so there was my story. Yay. Okay, now we're going to do our paper piecing. I should have had that cut out ahead of time, but you know, sometimes we just need to chat, right? Okay, I got to share my mail with you guys too. I don't know if I'm going to get through all of it today, but I got some really just amazing gifts from the event this weekend. And I also got a ton of birthday card mail. Oh my gosh, you guys, like I said, you really know how to make a girl feel special. Like it's just fabulous. Okay, dimensionals. Look at how cute our little guy is. Isn't he cute? Okay, we're going to put some dimensionals on Leo. Maybe we'll name our llama Kate. I don't know. That might work, right? I don't know why I'm doing that. Oh, I'm not going to do that. That was dumb. Don't pay attention to what I just did there. I'm just going to put some dimensionals here. That tail will be fine. Oh, I forgot to turn my fan on. It's getting a little warm in here. You guys have your air on the last few days? I know my friends down in the south do. Ah. Yeah, it's been pretty warm. Okay, so here we go with Leo. Isn't he super duper cute? And then we're going to bring in our Feel Better Soon. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to nip this off just like that. And nip it off again. Well, that doesn't look very even. Hang on. There we go. Okay, and then I got a little piece of Night of Navy. Hang on while I fan myself. This little piece is 1.5 by a little less than 1 3/4. And so what I want to do with this is I'm going to put it right here, but doing just that is kind of boring. Like, it's like, yeah, whatever, Kelly. But if I put a little bit of cardstock under it, it looks pretty cool. So that's what I decided to do. It's a little bit shorter. And I don't know, but I think you guys will agree that it just really kind of, well, let's see if we can get it centered. It just kind of really spruces it up, doesn't it? So now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it right up here. And this says Feel Better Soon. Whoops, our inside says nothing. I'll get that in there in a minute. I'm going to use my mini dimensionals because I need this piece to straddle my baker's twine. Otherwise, it'll flop around. And when I did my demonstrations on Saturday, I kept talking about, I'm just weird about this and I'm weird about that. Things need to be like this and they need to be like that. And I can't even remember what they were, but this is another one of those things that I'm very weird about. I don't like something sitting on the ribbon and my sentiment or an image, and then it slides around when the ribbon moves. So there you have it. There's Kelly's just one little tiny of the many weird things about Kelly. Okay, I just want to make sure this is straight. That looks great. Now I'm going to kind of spread this out again so it's a little kitty wampus. There's your redneck term of the day. And then we're going to put the inside in. And, you know, this is a great way to use scraps. Decorate, decorate, decorate. And you can put any image on here, any sentiment. If you need birthday cards, you make birthday cards. If you need sympathy cards, I probably wouldn't put a wiener dog on a sympathy card, but it's a great get well card. And I love that these colors, even though our paper is a tiny bit floral, this is a great man card, wouldn't you say? I think it's going to be a great man card. And I can send one of these to Scott, my husband's brother, who needs a little get well wishes to continue. Well, he was golfing today, but I'll still send him a card. Oh, and I thought about these. I don't want it to look like my little Leo dog is pooping out those. So be careful of the placement. Or maybe you do want it to look like it. Last but not least, we're going to color this a little bit. Oh, my dark Hang on, I gotta grab my dark crumb date because I'm using that on another card. So here is how I am going to color my Leo dog. Like that. Remember, I have that scrap of crumb cake inside of here. So that, oh, this is dark. Oh, this is dark too. What the heck? Yeah. Well, now I have just a little bit of shading there. We're gonna blend that in. I just wanted light. There we go. We can fix anything, can't we? Oh, I was looking at his butt going, oh, I have to color that. Nope, that's not on here. Throw that back down there. And then I've got Timid Tiger. And I am going to just color this. That's all I'm doing here. You could, it's an envelope, so I don't want to spend a lot of time shading, but you know, you certainly could if you wanted to do all that. And then I got, that was Timid Tiger Dark. This is Light Night of Navy. And I was just going to alternate, just like my strips on my card are alternated. And when you pull out that piece in here, you can see that that would have come out on the back of your envelope. So that's why I put that little scrap in there. Here is one finished. And here's our cute little Leo the Wiener dog, dachshund, long time no see. Isn't that adorable? Yay! Okay, is that a dog sweater? It is. No, it is a dog sweater. It's totally a dog sweater. Okay, that's a great question now. All right, so again, using strips. So my presentation that I did this weekend, I had these two layers together, and then I just glued on these strips and said, use your strips. And this is our Bloom Impressions celebration paper. And isn't that so beautiful? So for this card, I might just put a big sentiment over here and maybe some die cut or punched flowers on that circle or label and some ribbon. And you've got another beautiful card with just those 1 inch by 3 3/4 inch strips. So I love figuring out ways to use up this stuff. All right, next up, let me grab, okay, so I think what we're going to do next, I hope this doesn't bite me in the butt, you guys, but maybe I'll explain. And then I had these so that when I put all my stuff on display boards, they could see the size. You need 5 strips at 1 by 3 3/4, and then the names of the things that I used here so that it was easily identifiable. So I thought that was really helpful. All right, let me set that aside. Here comes our next one. Now, again, let's bring this back because the Leo and Kate, we're going to call this Llama Kate. And I've got a technique card here. So I've got my black Stampin' Right marker, a whole bunch of Stampin' Blends. Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you with coloring tonight. This is real easy to color. I'm just using a variety of colors. Get my dimensions up there. Bring in all my little bits and pieces. This is my Technique Club card for the month of July. I am usually behind on this, and I show you the following month what was the Technique cards for the previous month. Well, I happen to be just a tiny bit ahead of the game here. So this is going to be our Technique card for July. Now, my online Technique Club is really fun. It doesn't matter whether you're a demonstrator or not. You can join. All you have to do is tell me you're going to join. And you have to commit to 6 months. You place a minimum $25 order in my online store each month, and I send you the card that I'm going to make today and also an instruction sheet so you can collect those and have like a library of techniques after you've been in it for a little while. You know what I mean? Okay, so I cut out, oh, this is fresh freesia, 4 by 5 1/4. No, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Sorry, fresh freesia. And then this is one of the textured notes dies. It's the 4th one from the smallest. So I just needed a rectangle here. I cut that out. We're going to do this first, and then we'll do our technique. Oh, you know what? I forgot to cut all my little white layers. I think we'll be okay. I don't know how I did that. We're going to do our stamping. So I'm going to get my stamps out. And here comes our Kate, as we're calling her. Here's our little llama, not to be confused with an alpaca. I'm going to stamp Kate right here. So cute, right? And then this is Kate's very long neck, or wiener dog neck for the, look at that. It can extend Leo a long ways, or it can extend Kate's neck. So, and then long time no see, right? That's kind of a little pun. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, oh, I got to stand up so I can see this. I'm going to come in here and make Kate's neck long. And I see I got it a little crooked, but I think that'll be okay. Not a big deal. Okay. Let's grab our inside layer, 4 by 5 1/4. We'll get this stamped up and ready to rock. So I brought in the sentiment from The Right Words, and I'm to someone worth celebrating every single day. This is going to be a birthday card. So I'm going to stamp that with the black memento ink. And then I just wanted a little flower. I needed a little something inside. We're not really using designer paper on this, so I wanted a little something inside. Oh, hang on, it's stuck. There we go. So I just looked for a little flower, and I'm going to use these little flowers right here out of the blooming phrases with Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to do that just like that. Boom, easy peasy. And then I'm also going to decorate my envelope with a bunch of these little flowers. And notice that I'm kind of twisting and turning them so they don't all look uniform. Kind of very random. Look, I just stuck my envelope in there. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. The post office makes them dirty and wrecks them anyways, but that looks really pretty on the front, right? Okay, so we have that done. We've got this done. Let's put this right inside our card so we don't. Oh, look at, I just smudged it. That's never going to work. It was crooked anyways, right? So we'll redo it. Don't worry. I cut another one of those. I've got black ink on my hand. Urgh. Hang on. That's why everything's smudging. Look at that. Yep. Okay. Now that we have that taken care of, don't worry. We will redo. I'm going to keep this out because I can see that being a problem again. Here we go. Great. Yellow flowers are still here. Super easy. Yay. No black ink on my hands. And here goes our inside. Whew. Wow. Okay, got that done. Now we need to redo this. That's easy. Here comes Kate. Stamp her right there. Here comes Kate's really long neck. Stand up for this. And it's a little straighter, so that's good. Okay. Now what we're going to do with Kate is we are going to do a tiny bit of coloring on Kate. And that's where all these pretty, let me move this, all these pretty colors come in. So I decided Kate is going to be mostly white with a little bit of brown hair going on up here. So I've got the dark crumb cake, And I'm going to do the outline of her little ears. You want to use a really, really soft touch to get in a little thin area like that, right? It's a little tricky with blends, but it's doable. Then I'm going to use light crumb cake to do the little like chin here. I've got light black, which is weird, but it's a thing, to do the nose. I looked at pictures of these llamas, so I could kind of feel like I knew what I was doing. And of course, if you want to make your llama blue, you can, because I'm sure it would be really cute. Nobody's going to judge you for that. Okay. Now we're going to alternate our colors here. I've got Pool Party, Daffodil, and Fresh Freesia. So I'm going to do my Fresh Freesia. And I'm just going to go around the outside. I saw one of my demonstrator friends shared a card using this color combination with with the llama, with the set. And I thought, oh, that's so pretty. So this isn't their card. Like, I designed this card, but it uses their colors. So I just thought it was just really, I'm like, what colors do I want my scarf to be? And of course you could make this Christmassy for Christmas, or this would be kind of cute if you wanted to go spring, Easter, whatever. You could use this for anything you want, as long as you change your sentiment. So now I've got Dark Pool Party, and this is really easy to color. I'm just leaving the blank for the yellow. And then the Light Pool Party. Oh, my Light Pool Party is getting a little dry. And that means I probably have another one in my drawer over here, because this is one I like to use a lot. These last a long, 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 long time. But as long as I've had them, yep, I need to get a new one. I'm going to set that over here so I remember to do that. And then Daffodil, dark. And light. And just keep blending until you don't see that, stark line there. Oh my gosh, look at how cute that is. Let me hold it up. Look at, oh, wrong way. There we go. Look at how stinking cute that is, right? So I thought this was kind of stark. And when things look a little stark, I like to flick them. So I'm going to take my marker. I shared this at the event on Saturday, and people were really shocked that I do this with my markers. And even Shannon West came up and said, does that ever wreck your markers? And I said, nope. I have 2 black Stampin' Write markers, the same 2 that I've had forever. And you can see, I don't color with these because black. You can see that my tip is beautiful and it does not hurt my markers, and they're still juicy. So, and I do that with colors too, like other colors, not just black. But yeah, no, I don't have any problems with them. Okay, so this is going to be like the focal point kind of our card. So now what we're going to do is the technique. Oh, we have a little bit of more stamping, a little bit of more stamping. Yes, Terry said she has to flip more often. It really does. It just tones down all of that starkness. And I used it on one of the cards that I did over the weekend for my event. Look at how heavy-handed I was with that ink. Good grief. Wonder why I get ink on my fingers. Push too hard. Okay. Here's our happy birthday. Really making a mess. I'm going to close this up again and perhaps wipe my hands off one more time, because I seem to be creating my own issues. And then I'm going to cut this out. And like I said, my card is going to be a happy birthday card. Oh, happy birthday card. My brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, stopped over tonight. They had borrowed Steve's welding machine to help their kids up north with their new lake house. And so they were dropping that back off because Steve needs to use it for our fun little backyard pool project. Remember, I said I wasn't going to get into it. And anyways, my sister-in-law Barb told me that my niece smashed her whole hand in the razor. They just bought like a big, those ATV, UTV things, the UTV. Somebody opened all the doors to get out, and she put her hand here to get out, and then somebody slammed the front door and it slammed on her hand. Good grief. She's a dental hygienist, so now she's probably going to be out of work for a long time. My goodness. So I need to send her a card too, you guys. Here's my devotionals. Cards from Aunt Kelly. Cards from Granny. Cards from daughter. I love sending out cards. Oh, by the way, my mom is still getting cards from all of you. Not all of you, but you know who you are. And she's just continues to be mesmerized and so appreciative that you guys don't even know her and you're sending her cards, and they bring her so much joy. People she doesn't even know bring her so much joy. She has them all displayed in front of her, and it is just the cutest, sweetest, nicest thing. Okay, I'm looking for I don't know where my whole, here it is. My whole technique thing. Okay, so this technique is called uneven tile. And I'm going to set that over with my card. It's pretty darn cool, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick out 3 colors of cardstock. And, oops, hang on, I just dropped something. Because, where did my llama, here it is. Here's Kate. I chose Fresh Freesia, Pool Party, and Daffodil Delight. Those are the colors that I chose from my little 1/2-inch strips. So you're going to need 7 1/2-inch strips. These are 1/2 by 3 inches long. 3 colors, 7 of each. And I think I have more here because, well, this is my technique club and I have a whole bunch of cards to make. So you're going to take a white, you need 3 white layers, 3 sets of these, 7 of each strip, 1/2 inch by 3. And again, this is all going to be on my blog, you guys. And then you need 3 pieces of basic white that is 3 by 4 1/4. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to take these strips and you are going to glue them to this piece of white. Hang on, I got something there. Like this. Boom, 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 leaving 1/8 of an inch in between each one. Now, how are you going to get that even? I'm kind of weird about this kind of stuff. So I am going to use 1/8 of an inch sliver of cardstock, right? So here we go. 1/8 of an inch right there. And then I'm going to butt this one up against that other one. So I'm going to put glue right here. Now you want to make sure that you get glue all the way across. And I really thought about using adhesive sheets on these strips, and I'm not sure yet, but that's not a really good idea. Like, it might be a really good idea. But I've got that butted up against that 1/8 inch, and you're going to move it down again and add some more glue here. You can put glue here or on the back of your 1/2 inch strip. But I just thought it'd be easier to throw it right on here. And we're going to do this again. Butt that up. Oops, this is drying on me. Hang on. Butt that right up against there. And I want this to be straight. Okay. This is going to help you get this right in place. And so that's how I did all of my pieces. Again, you can put your glue on here, but you want to make sure that you get it all the way to the ends. And I'm looking at my left side over here. Actually, this is butted in here. I'm looking at my left side to make sure it's right at the edge, just like that. And then we have one more left. And set this down here, even it up on the left side. Oh, that one's shorter. Look at that. I don't like that. I must have goofed that up. If you saw how far that flew, like what happened to that one? Here we go. There we go. perfect every time, right? Okay, so this is what we have, all right? And when you do that with all of the colors, you're going to have this. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to move these out of the way because, again, I have a whole bunch of these to make because all of my Technique Club members are going to get one of these. And if you join this month, you will get one too. Just like magic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these in here and I'm going to cut them into strips. And you need to have 8 angled strips, okay? So you're not going to push it. Well, unless you want it to be straight, you can. I mean, it's your card. You can do whatever you want. But I'm going to do one like this. And then see what we have. Oops. Got to push harder. See how that's angled? And then we'll do it the other way. A little bit this way. Push hard. Here's another one. That looks great. Now this is looking pretty straight again. So now I'm going to angle it a little bit more. And then angle it the other way. And you're just going to do that to all of these pieces. Oops, hang on. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you're supposed to get 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I get 3 more out of this? I think I can. Oops. It's a little trickier now. You could put a Post-it note on here to help you hold this in place, but I'm lazy. You guys know this about me. I'm a lazy stamper. I don't try to make any false moves about that. Okay, so we have 8. So that's what we've got here. Then what we're going to do is, this is the part that I forgot to cut for. We are going to, oh, that's because I don't need to. I have all these pieces right here. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And what we're going to do here is we are going to add our pieces to this. And we're going to leave just a little bit of room in between each one. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to do it this way or this way. Let me use my ruler. This is going to be... yeah, I'm going to do it this way. We're going to put them on here like this. So this is a little bit smaller. So here we go. I'm going to butt this right up against the end here. Like I said, I wish I would have been able to make some more of these so I could really know exactly what I'm doing. I might have to cut some more of these too. So this might take us a little bit of time tonight. Okay, and then now we're going to zigzag back and forth. See how this one's angled? Let me do that. This one's angled this way. This one is fitting right in there. And now we're straight again. You just want to kind of go back and forth, back and forth. So I'm going to put my glue on here. Just a little ways away. And I'm going to leave a little space in between these. How much space? Much as you want. Doesn't really matter. And now I'm going to go this way with this one. Okay. And you just keep going back and forth, back and forth. And again, this is called uneven tile. And I just think it's really cool. Like, I really like it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, when you do what I just did and you make all of these cards, you're going to have enough strips to make 3 different cards. So you could separate these all into piles that are going to go on one card and piles that are going to go on the other card. You just kind of move them back and forth so you can kind of keep them going down the card straight. Oh, I wasn't going to put it on this piece, but I just did, didn't I? Sorry about my phone beeping. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. So here comes another one.
Now, if I would have had time, I would have went, okay, you get the idea, and now I'm going to show you the finished result, but I didn't. So we're going to do this together. And I'm just going to keep jabbering away. This time I'm going to turn it this way. But this is actually going to make 2 cards just on this one piece because I'm not using this whole layer. I'm only using half of it for my card, which is super cute, you guys. And I just kind of like to lay it in place, see what's going on. This one's really thick. Again, there's no, you want to make sure that you're getting adhesive all the way across here. Well, I guess it's more important for those strips than this layer. So just go, she doesn't know what she's talking about. You can ignore that. On the strips that we did on the piece of paper, these strips, you want to make sure that there's glue all the way across under those strips because otherwise it kind of falls apart. And I learned that the hard way. So I can share it with you. See, I test everything out so that I can tell you all the good tips to make sure you're successful. Now this one I'm trying to straighten out again, so I left a little bit bigger space here than down here, and that's okay. That's exactly what we want to do. Another one. This is going to be a little trickier to cut, I think, because now we have 3 layers. So I might use, I have a guillotine cutter. I'm sure you guys do too if you've been a Stampin' Up customer or demonstrator for long enough. We used to have an amazing paper cutter. Loved it. Okay, so hang on, I got an itchy hand. Again, that 1/8 inch piece was fabulous for doing this, right? You can butt it right up against there. So I think what I'm going to do here, this is the reason why I didn't want to put glue on the back of these strips because I don't want my scissors to get all full of glue. It's not the end of the world. But if I can avoid that mess, remember I said I'm a lazy stamper, then I don't have to clean them up, right? So I will avoid that at all costs. Now, if you are a Stamp Happy Academy member, I want to remind you that I am live on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. That will be 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain, and 8 a.m. Pacific. Oh my gosh, if you guys knew how I struggle with time zones, you would be amazed that I just rattled all that off. And I think I'm right. Notice I said think. I do have a hard time with time zones. I don't know why. Barb and Dina always call everything Kelly time because we do everything according to my time zone, which is also Dina's. But we just call it Kelly time because that's not my superpower. Okay, look at how fun that is, you guys. Super, super fun. So what I'm going to do here is this piece now is 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm going to cut it to 2 by 5. So hang tight. Let me find my 2 by 5. Here goes. Let's cut it at 5 first. And I'm using that big guillotine cutter here. And then 2. There we go. Now, remember when I said make sure that you get all these pieces in there? See what just happened? I didn't have glue on this one very well. So if you don't get all your glue on all your little pieces, it's going to pop off like that did. And then here's another one right down here. So I'm just going to glue these back in place. And next time I'll be a little more careful about this. Okay. And I lost a couple over here. But like I said, oh, look at what I just did. I just pulled one off with my glue. Make sure you get that glue on there. Some of these aren't going to matter because my Llama cape is going to cover them right up. So it isn't going to make any difference. So if you do better than me, you won't have this issue happening. Okay, there we go. We're not going to mess with that anymore. So I'm only using one of these. So now what I need is the other layer that I forgot to cut out, and that is a layer that is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to do 2 1/4. And again, all of these measurements are going to be in my blog. Just like that. Here we go. Okay, here comes the fun part. I'm going to put this right on here. Fuzzy there. Whoops. Yeah. There we go. I had this one little piece came out down here. So I considered using adhesive sheets behind my strips because then they'd all have all the glue on them, right? Okay, here comes our card. We are going to take this piece and we're going to glue it in place. And another little tip, if you have any of those pieces fall off, put them towards the center of your card because your llama, Kate, is going to help you out. Where'd my white ribbon go? White ribbon. This is our 1/2 inch Whisper. Well, it's called white 1/2 inch woven ribbon. I really like this ribbon. It's nice. It's easy to tie with. And I just felt like my card needed a little ribbon. I'm gonna just tie a little knot over here on the side. This didn't actually take me as long as I thought it would, you guys. I thought, oh my gosh, is this going to be too long to put into my Sunday Night Live? But it wasn't bad at all. I usually do a technique video all by itself, but I just wanted to share this with you because I think it's so cool. Can you, like, do you have a million ideas running through your head for color combinations here? That's what happened to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, what other colors can I make? I was so excited about this one. So everybody in my technique club is going to get this just adorable little Kate card. I'm going to put one right here. Again, I'm going to try to go around that ribbon, but I've got these other ones, so it's not that big of a deal. Dimensionals, I mean. Where did I take your pick to go right here? So anyways, $25 minimum order. You tell me you want to join my club. I send you all the things. You keep track of your rewards. At the end of your 6-month period, I send you a small gift when you have completed that. And you can join as many times as you want. You don't have to quit after 6 months, but it runs for 6 months. Look how cute that is. Okay, then here comes our happy birthday. And I shouldn't have put a dimensional right there. You don't want one on the back of the left, because we already raised up our Kate llama. You guys like Kate? Is Kate a good? Kate's a good name for a llama, right? You and Kate. Okay. Here we go. Put this right down here. Make sure that's on there straight. There we go. Super duper cute. And then we have these party dots. And I'm just going to pop, whoops, some of these on here. Big one and a small one and another big one. Super duper cute. Here's our card. Here's our cute little envelope. Look at the mess I made. And then here is that technique on the technique card instruction sheet. So like I said, each month you get the card in the mail, and I take this and put it right in there, put it all in an envelope, and a set of these gets mailed out to all of my Technique Club members. And it's all through the mail. And then it has the instructions on here, but it always gives the date that you can go to my blog and find a video on doing the technique too. So not only do you have this reminder, but you also have the date for the video, which is really awesome. So I'll throw out some other ones here that I've done. Here's another beautiful card. This is the block stamping technique. And let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, remember this one? This was that rubber band technique. So everybody got that. Then we had our collage stamping. Here's one from a while ago. This is using fun foam with dies to make your own stamps. I use fun foam to stamp these. And then here is a spotlight technique. So all of these are fun. You collect all these instruction cards. And when you sit down to stamp, you have a whole library of techniques at your fingertips. Now, I don't do techniques every single time that I sit down to stamp, but sometimes I'm in the mood for a technique, right? And yeah, I love techniques. It just really is, adds to your library of stamping fun. Okay, so super cute, right? I have got to go look at, thank you. Kathy says this card makes her smile. Thank you so much. I got to take a drink here. You guys are so very kind. So I'm going to take all of these and I have to get all of these made, cut, ready to go. But this is going to be fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. Oh, let me put these. I got to use these, right? I'm not going to get rid of them. Okay, let me keep these organized so I don't make a big mess here. All right, next up. Now we have one more project. I'm just going to share one more really fun project with you. This I didn't make at my Stampin' Up event this weekend. But this next card I did. And what I did at this event is I didn't really show everybody how to make the cards. I just told them how to make the fun fold part. So I'm going to show you guys how to make the whole card. We have a brand new bundle here. This is a new online exclusives. You're only going to find online exclusives in my online store. And that link is right under this video for all of the things I talk about. I am going to use, let me get this in here. I'm going to use the Country Woods Designer Series paper. This is all like a shabby chic old barn wood. And I love that look. We've got our brand new bundle. We've also got this trim. This is petal pink braided trim. Very cool. You can do a lot of different things with this. And I'm going to bring in some markers. I've got Misty Moonlight and Pool Party Stampin' Right markers. My stamps. Grabbing my piercing mako right here. Let me flip this over so it's not all dirty. And I'm also using the low profile dots. These are really nice. And here comes our technique. What? First of all, let me get out my cardstock layer. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. This is a fun fold. We are going to score this at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. This is petal pink. 4 1/4 by 11. On the long side, we're going to score it at 4 1/4 and then 5 1/2. And I've already scored this at 5 1/2. So 4 1/4, 5 1/2. Then we're going to bring in a 6x6 piece of Designer Series paper. And we're going to score that in half. Make sure you don't push as hard with your scoring tool on the designer paper. It's not as hardy as, cardstock. So score it 3 and then turn it and score it 3 again. So we're just scoring it in half. And then we're going to score it 1 time diagonally. So from tip, put that tip right in your channel to tip. That's what we've got. I am going to fold this back and give it a good burnish with your bone folder. And then we're going to fold it this way and this way. So towards you. Oh, look how nicely I did that. I did not score that very good, did I? You can force this to be straight by just pulling it up to the end and then doing your bone folder. Okay, so here we go. Oh, this one. Look at this one is all not good either. Good grief, Kelly. Maybe I need new glasses. No, I just got new glasses. I don't know what happened. Okay, there we go. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to do this. Remember, we folded this backwards. This is going to be the front of our paper. We're going to do this. And just like this. Want me to do that again? These are the diagonal ones. You just pull them in, and close that up like a little clam. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to make our card. Let me bring in all my other pieces here. Okay, here's my little place card that I put on my display at the event. We're going to, this is a book fold. So we're going to fold this in half. Burnish that edge. And then when I do a book fold, I like to fold this back, right? Because now this is a book binding and this is my book edge. But if you open it up and fold this towards the inside, when you go to lay it down, you've broken that paper down and now it's going to stay closed. This isn't going to be flopping up, which again is my weirdness and it makes me crazy. And I have to take pictures of my photos of my cards, right? So I needed to do maybe some more things that other people don't. So here comes our bits and pieces. This again is that Country Woods, 2.5 by 8.5 on my envelope flap, just so I have something. This card, you guys, wait for it. It is really, really pretty. You know how you make something and you know, you can make cards and it's like, oh, that's pretty, that's pretty, that's pretty. But you know how when you make something, you're like, oh my gosh, this turned out better than I could have imagined. That's this is one of those cards. So it's really, really pretty. And I know that I make pretty things, but you know what I'm saying. As stampers, as creative crafters, as crafters, you know, when you make something that's like, wow, this is way cool. That's how I felt about this card. So that's what you guys better say when I get it done. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm just kidding. Okay, so here's our bookbinding card. This is 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. And this is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. So, hang on, I got things flying around here. I am going to add my glue to the binding piece. I love the color of this weathered wood. Like, oh, I want a building that looks like that. Our house is blue. It's got some blue wood. It's mostly sided, but it's got some blue wood stuff on it. And it's not that pretty. I wish it was. My house is blue and gray. And the siding is like, ugh, needs to be sided 20 some years ago. Let's just be real about that. Look how pretty that is, right? Oh my gosh. I love this. Okay. Now, also with our pretty little card here, we have a piece of this whitewashed wood, just a scrap. And then I've got 2 pieces of Misty Moonlight. These are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, so they're square. 2 of those and 2 white. My white layers are 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. Something's happening downstairs at my house. I'm not sure what. I've got Pool Party Scrap, Misty Moonlight, Early Espresso, and Petal Pink for scraps. And that matches my paper. So I've got all these scraps going on. First thing we're going to do here is we're going to stamp our sentiment from the Label Me Grateful. Where's my stamp set? Label Me Grateful set. You are so appreciated. Appreciated, not appreciative. You're so appreciated. So I'm going to stamp that. I'm going to put that right here with Early Espresso ink. And then as long as I'm here, I'm going to grab one of these 2 5/8 by 2 5/8 inch squares of basic white. And I'm going to stamp A Little Kindness Makes a Big Difference. And isn't that the truth? I'm going to stamp that. I think I want to push that one up maybe just a little bit. See how this works. Oh, that looks great. Okay, so we've got both of those. Now, as long as we're here with these pieces, my markers that I have out here, once I got this card done, I thought these were too stark. They were just too white. So I took Misty Moonlight and I flicked it just like that. And the Pool Party Stampin' Right marker. These are not alcohol markers. These are Stampin' Right markers. And that just really toned these down. Now you have to let this dry a little bit. It doesn't dry as fast as ink. It's probably dry by now, but don't touch it right away after you do the flicking, okay? Okay, we're going to die cut this. Let me close this up. We're going to die cut that with the label that's in here. What time is it? 8:30. Okay, well, I'm doing okay, right? How long is this taking me? We're going to die cut this right in the middle. While I do that, we're also going to be die cutting these. There's 2 of the same leaf. We're going to die cut that on here. We're going to die cut 4 of these little leaves on our petal pink. We are going to die cut this little bulby thing on a scrap of early espresso. And then we have our oak leaves. We're going to die cut those on our Misty Moonlight. And then we're supposed to have a piece of crumb cake. Oh, here it is. Crumb cake. And we're going to do the acorns. We need 2 of those. Okay. Let me set these down. I'm going to do my label. And I'm going to tape this down with some temporary tape so it doesn't move on me. That's the last thing I want, right? Because it's designer series paper. It's not like a piece of cardstock where you can just grab another one if you screw up. But you can do that with designer paper too, but you're going to feel pretty bad about it. I know that much. At least I do. Okay. Here comes our piece. Where did my dies go? Can anybody see them? They're there. I just want to put this. There's also a flower in here. So we used almost everything. We got this little leaf here and this flower in here. I didn't use those 2, but I used all the rest of the dies for this card. So let me show you. Okay, these were all scraps, right? Let me bring in my little bowl of love. Look at all of these. Ah. Oh, I had 3 of these. I only need 2. I'm going to put this in with my pack. The little acorns and all these little leaves that are so pretty. And of course, I pulled all these colors from my designer paper. Okay, so let's get our card put together. This is, I just love this one. Here we go. We're going to do this. And remember, when you stamp this, this is going to be at a diagonal on the inside. Of course, you don't know that because I haven't shown you the card yet, but you're going to find out shortly. So pay attention. Just kidding. Gosh, she's bossy tonight. Okay, there we go. And then let's get this on here. I am going to, let me show you about this trim. So you can unweave this. This is braided. It's like a really fancy French braid in somebody's hair, right? Macrame probably is a good way to put it. But you can unbraid all of this, and it wasn't hard to do. You can use your take your pick tool to help you out. But I did that, and I just needed a few strands, so I just put this in a bag to continue to use. But if you want to tie a bow with it, you figure out how much trim you're going to need and you cut it that long and then you unwind it. And that's what I did here. And I'm going to use 3 strands, and then I'll take this and wind it back up and keep it with my ribbon so that, I don't have to do it next time because I already have it, right? So I'm going to take this and tie it in a bow, a pretty big bow. And again, this is petal pink, so it matches my whole thing I have going on here, right? We can adjust this as we need to. So there's my little bow. All right, dimensionals right here. Dimensional. I'll put one right in the middle. Now this is going to go on here like this, and I want this to be underneath the edge of my label. So I'm making it a little bit bigger. I forgot Steve is taking my Explorer in tomorrow morning too to get the oil changed, and the brakes were grinding the other day when I was backing out of the driveway. So I kind of mentioned we probably need to do something about that. So there goes some more money. I better work, right? I better get a lot of work done. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put that right here. Can you guys still see me? I forget to make sure I'm in the screen here. And then we're going to start decorating with these. So I'm just going to put glue on the, whoa, that was a lot. Squeeze that. I shouldn't have done that. I'm just going to add a little bit. I just have a piece of cardstock here with some glue on it now. I kind of swiped off. So I'm just going to add this right in here. Those top leaves are hanging off. The bottom leaves are the ones that have the glue on them. I'll do the same thing with this little leaf. This is the pool party. Maybe I won't smush out so much here. I didn't. That's good. I'm going to go right over here with this. Just come on. There we go. And then I'm just going to start stacking all this stuff, you guys. So I put those on first. 2 dots of glue on here. I'm going to put this like right in here. And then I don't want to put a lot of glue on anything because I'm going to tuck things under, right? I like to tuck stuff under. Grab your pecan pie. And then these little acorns are super cute. Look how cute they are. What? Yeah. And I'm going to just put a little bit of color on my crumb cake. Whoops. There we go. How cute is that? Let me see if I can bring up some. How cute is that, right? Ah, so cute. So I'm going to glue this in here. So again, I'm just going to put, oh, that's a little bit too much again. Let me grab my little, this is a brand new bottle of glue. So I'll just spread that around there. There, I got glue on just where I need it. Okay, so I'll put that right down in here. Little stick. Oh, how about if we do a little bit right here? There we go. Okay, so we have that in there. I think I'm going to trim this off a little bit because I don't like that sticking down there. Doesn't matter. I don't know. But I like it better this way. We'll put some glue on this little dotty thing. A little bit right there. I'll throw that right in here too. And then I'm going to separate this little leaf. Just like that. I love these kinds of stamp sets because there's so many different things you can do with them. We'll do that. And now we're going to come in here and tuck all these little petal pink, petal pink leaves in here. Just put a little bit of glue on them. And that's why I don't put a ton of glue on these things. Don't cover up your words, right? We don't want to do that. This thing keeps, I'm going to put that over there. Got a little bit much. There we go. This. Just there with my dauber, never to be seen again. It just fell right down into the abyss. Let me lift this up. Doesn't want to lift up, so I'm going to cut it off. Perfect. Let me wipe my fingers off. I got a little glue on them. And then we'll do, oh, I already have glue on this one. I'll put a little bit more on there. And we're going to tuck this in. Tuck in there. And then I have one more. I'm going to put that Pop a little pop of color right up in here. Yep. Looks good, right? Look at that. Here comes this piece. My little work of art. That's what I like to call this card, my little work of art. I'm going to take a mini glue dot and I'm going to push it right down here under that leaf. Maybe stay there. There we go. And then I'm going to push this up in here. And I could have put this on here first, but I always kind of like to tuck it under. Got that going on. We'll trim these off a little bit. There we go. Phew. Okay. Now, here comes our two inside pieces. I'm going to take one of my oak leaves. I think these are called oak leaves, aren't they? Is this an oak leaf or maybe? No, I think it's an oak leaf. I'm going to take one of these, put a little glue on it, and I'm going to put that right on here. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this other, they're one more dauber than I need. Don't worry. I found it. Oh, you guys were worried about me, right? Put a little bit of that pecan pie on my acorn. I'm going to cut that off. That's going to go on this little piece. And these are both going on the inside with that part that we scored. Just like this. That's why you want to keep this sentiment up a little bit so we can fit that in there. Oh my good Lord. Look at how cute this is. Close up this ink pad. Okay. Let's get ready to make the magic happen. Put some glue on the back of here. Under this piece, this is where all this coolness goes. This is called an inside pop-up, and it's a book fold card on the front, so we got double whammy on the fun fold. And this goes right in here. And you guys, I hope you've stuck with me so far because you're going to be amazed at how easy this goes together. We're going to put some glue on the back. Okay. Make sure that it opens this way. The glue's on the back. We're going to throw it right in here. We're going to center this like a kind of a diamond, right? We're going to put some more glue right here. And we're going to close it up.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Thank you, Wendy. I know.
Okay, ready? What? Look at how cool that is. And you guys remember how easy this was? 6 by 6, score it 3 and 3, and then one time diagonally. Pull the diagonal towards you. It folds up like that. You saw how easy it was to put inside here. Like I was dying when I made this. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. Okay, but there's more. We need to put on our embellishments because this gold is really going to come in here and it really adds a lot to the card. Oh, I just heard my husband sneeze. Here comes another one. And how about this one? Oh my gosh. And then the other thing that I did, you guys, is I unfrayed a whole bunch of this and I cut a big long piece and then I unfrayed the other end. And I tied it around here so that the tied end was all frayed. And I'll show that to you right now. Look at that. Now we're running late, so I'm not going to take the time to do that. But I did show you how to unfray this. You just unfray about, let me get my ruler here, probably about 4.5 inches at the end. So take it, wrap it around your card, and then leave 4.5 inches at the end, and you unfray that and do this. This is the exact same card, right? It just is missing that trim. But oh my goodness gracious. I had so much fun with these. So next week, what I'm going to do is I am going to share another card that is a different orientation using the same inside pop-up, totally different card. I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share another card with this strip technique, like next week or the week after. I'm going to share that with you. And then this I'm not sharing with you again. But I have some more cards. Like I had to make, I didn't have to, but I made a whole bunch of stuff for my presentation. And then, like I said, what I did is I just showed them how you take strips and put it on here, the rest of the card. And then I said, here's my finished card. I showed them how to score the base, score this part, how to glue it inside, but the rest of the card, I just showed, here's a card I made. So I made a couple of these, I made a couple of these, I made a couple of another fun fold, and I'll be sharing those with you guys over the next couple lives that I do. So over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, super fun time. If anybody, if you would like to join my team and be a part of these types of things, gosh, they are so much fun. I would never say otherwise because they're a blast. They're an absolute blast. We learned so many things. I have so many pictures, so many beautiful displays. We've got the spooky Halloween. We had the Painterly Pears suite. We had the Charming Day suite. I mean, all the things. That one, I don't know if I can show this to you or not. How about this one? What? This whole suite. So many fun things. So I am going to pop back in here. Hi. Okay, because I had just a couple more things. Remember I said I was going to wait until the end before I shared some other things. Now, I already shared the Charming Day. This is my new online class. Here's a closer look at that long time no see stamp set where I used Leo and Kate, right? Here's a bigger view of that Charming Day, our online class for the month of July. When you place a minimum $35 order with me during the month of July, you will get to attend the August 13th live party, which is a live class with Barb, Dina, and I, and it's so much fun. That is our gift to you when you place an order. When you place every order that is placed with me gets a tutorial using the Turtley Cute suite. And even if this turtle isn't your bag, you have all the dimensions, all the color combinations, all the score lines, all the things to make these cards with any image that you want. Like the Halloween guys would be really cute with this too. If you place a $50 or more order with me, I have a video tutorial, a video for each one of these cards. We use the beautiful gallery suite for some amazing, amazing projects. So you would not only get the Turtley Cute, but you would get the global video PDF file as a gift from me. Don't forget, we have a brand new mini catalog coming out soon, and I would love to include you on my email or on my mailing list for that. I posted something recently on my blog about opting in to get correspondence from me or Stampin' Up, and you have to be opted in under your Stampin' Up account in order for me to include you in my mailing selector when I select who I'm going to send these catalogs to. So please make sure you go check that out. Again, that is on my blog, and you will find my blog address right at the bottom of the screen. If anybody needs a catalog, if you don't have a catalog and you'd like to have our big annual catalog, I have those. You just pop me an email at kelly@AStampAbove.com. I'd be happy to send you a copy of that catalog. And I think that about does it for all the things that I was going to share with you tonight. I think now it's time for some happy mail. What do you guys think? Is it time for happy mail? Let me move my cards out of the way here. And again, you will find all the dimensions, still photos in about 2 hours.
after we're done here tonight. Okay, I'm going to go back to my desktop and I'm going to, because I think you'll see these things better. So this was a gift from one of my team members. Ah, look at how cute it is, Mary. This is the cutest little thing ever. Look at this. It's got those little mini cupcakes in it. And I think at some point I will definitely be sharing with you how to make this because it is stinking adorable. And now I get to eat the cupcakes. Woo! I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you so much, Mary. All right, next up, I got this from my team leader, Ann Huebner, and it has like this beautiful little tag on it. It was a whole bunch of snacks, which I can now open and eat. Not all of it tonight, you guys, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, these are really nice to have at events because you kind of like your mouth gets dry or you need a little something to eat. I'm pretty sure these are, oh, they're milk chocolate. Okay. Okay. Then I have to share this with you. Barbara brought me a bottle of Mall's Genuine Sweet and Smoky Barbecue Sauce. This is from St. Louis, Missouri, and I am so excited to try this. Barbara, you are the best. Absolutely. Oh, and I lost your card. You know what? I bet you it's in my other thing. But I'm super, super excited to try this. Thank you so much. Barbara lives down by St. Louis, and she was at the event this weekend and brought me this. And I love barbecue sauce, so I'm in. Next up, look at how cute this is. Look at this little tag. Is that not the cutest little thing ever? This is from my team member, Lori. She made homemade vanilla. Homemade vanilla. I am so excited about this. And she said when I use it all, you can, there's vanilla beans in here. You could take and pour the booze or whatever goes in here. And I'll get in touch with her because I don't remember what she said, but pour some more in there and leave it sit for a year. And you have your own homemade vanilla. And here's the pretty, oh, wait, maybe this is the note. Hang on. Yeah, when done with the vanilla, just add dark rum and wait 1 year. The vanilla beans will be good for a second time. Look at how pretty this little card. This was with, look at the tag. We got the tag in a sweet little card. This was my birthday gift. So I'm so excited. I love real vanilla. I'm a real vanilla girl. So I got that. All right, mail. Hang on. And if I think I have some other gifts too, but they're in a different container. So we'll have to do that next time. But let's do some of this birthday mail because wow. Ready? Look how pretty this is. This is from Andy Acquisto. And you make the most beautiful cards. Look at, whoa, right? I think we'll be making this. What do you think? Do you guys want to learn how to make this? Oh my gosh. Hang on. I gotta get my comments back up here. Oh, there you are. Woo! Wow. Isn't that cool? Okay, so we'll be figuring this out. And you know, thank you so much. This is from Gwen Mills. Hang on. Gwen, look at how beautiful this is. Set with the artistic or the expressions in ink paper. So pretty, right? I loved that. Thank you so much, Gwen. Next, we have Lori Watts. Look at how fun this is, you guys. Look at that. This is my birthday card from Lori. It was so good to see her this weekend, too. Yay. I'll tell you what, when I got done with that event, I was so exhausted. Haley and Jared asked if I wanted to go out to eat Friday night. And I'm like, nope, I'm going home and I'm taking a nap. And I did. This is from Tammy. She was there this weekend too. New adventure, new day. Happy birthday. Ah, so pretty. I love what you did with your layering there, Tammy. Very pretty. Then we have Karen Nevin. Look at how cute this is, you guys. Look at this. What? I love this. I love the circles under that lobster. And I do love me some lobster. Happy birthday from Karen. This is a step card. Really, really cute. Love it. Thank you so much. Next, we have Peg Herrick. Ah, Peg, I love this peach with the black and white.
It's just so, so pretty. So pretty. Happy birthday. Peg says, thank you for always answering my questions. It is my pleasure to answer your questions, Peg. Thank you for choosing me. Next, we have Bonnie Pleat. Look how pretty these daisies are. There's that embossing folder I gave away tonight, you guys. Plaster. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Bonnie. Beautiful, beautiful card. All right, guys, what time is it? 8:54. I'm only going to do a few more, and then I'll try to keep it shorter next week, unless you guys don't care, but it's getting late. I see cake and candles in your future. Look at this. What? This is from B Red. B, you are so sweet. She says, thanks for all your fabulous tutorials. I love following you because I love your work. Thank you so much. It just means so much to me. Suzanne Scott, check this one out, you guys. Ready? What? Oh my gosh, how fun is that? We need to make this. I've said for a while that I want to make one of these, and I just have never done it. We need to do this. This is from Suzanne Scott. Suzanne, thank you so much. I am just so thrilled to have you on my team. I'm the lucky one. Yeah, very cool. Ooh, I'm getting really hot. I'm starting to glisten, people. This is another really pretty card. Kathy Wenzel from Blinker. Kathy, do you know? Oh, I can't think of his real name. Somebody we used to bear hunt with is from Blinker. And now he owns a bowling alley up in Wausau. You think about that, Kathy. Okay, look at how cute this is. So I've made cards like this, but mine didn't go like that. Another beautiful birthday card. Thank you so much, Kathy. This is really cool. I really like this. Very neat. Howie. Maybe that wasn't even his real name. I'm going to have to think about that. All right, Sarah, look at this one, you guys. Look at how fun that is. So the pattern continues. Like this is a 6x6 piece cut into 3 pieces. I think we need to make this one too, right? Thank you, Sarah New. This is just beautiful. And I've been looking for a card to share like this. So we're in. Oh, so many. Now here's a card from Wendy. Wendy, I can't remember what you said, how you made these little long rectangles, but Wendy drew the black rectangles, and I just think this is so unique. And look at, she's splattered too, but how fun is this card? Wendy's on my team. So, so cute. You tell me, Wendy. Oh, amazing. Oh, she's saying amazing card to Suzanne. Of course you are. We're going to find out how she did. I think that's like a label stamp. It looks a little jagged on the end. I'm thinking that it is. Oh, she used an old Stampin' Up block. I love this. Isn't that so pretty, you guys? And then she drew the little black rectangles, and they're not perfect, but they're not supposed to be. Like that's the cool part about it. I love that card. So pretty. Here comes Amy Peacock. Look at how pretty this is. Oh my gosh. That looks like the nicest little drink right there. She's got some wink on it. So pretty. A refreshing glass of strawberry lemonade, although I know an old-fashioned would be more fun. Thanks so much for the Happy Mail prize. The sparkle gems are gorgeous. Thanks for making stamping so much fun with all your inspiration. Amy, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful card with me. I love the corrugated embossing folder on this arch. That is very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more. Oh, guys, look at this one. This is from Lisa Calberta. Look at that. Ah, it's a clear window sheet. Isn't that fun? Yeah, right? I'm her workout buddy because while I'm stamping, she's working out while she's watching this tomorrow morning, I believe. She said, oh, yeah, have a fantastic birthday. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lisa. This is just gorgeous. Love your card. Let me see. Should we do one more? Oh, this is so pretty too. Sherry Jeffries. Look at how pretty this is. Ready? Ah. Oh, hang on. Ah. So, so pretty. I love this. Again with the triangular. Look at that. That goes like that. That goes like that. Yeah. Isn't that so pretty? Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
All right, you guys, I think I am going to let you go because I'm really starting to get really warm. It's getting really hot in here. I'm glistening right here. Once again, please make sure you click on that like, give me a thumbs up, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss anything that I have coming out. And if you have any questions at all, please always feel free to email me. My email address is right on the bottom here. I'm going to go grab something to eat because I didn't get to eat supper tonight. And then I'll be back to do my photos, my dimensions, and all the things and get this loaded up on my blog. If you're on YouTube right now, you'll find all the links for all the things that I talked about, the online class. Stampin' Bingo. Did I mention Stampin' Bingo? Oh my gosh, I think I forgot. We have Stampin' Bingo coming up in August. It's going to be August 20th. We have make and take packets available. I just posted it on my blog tonight. So again, please go to my blog. The address is right down there. Look for the Stampin' Bingo. It's going to be the first thing there right now today, Sunday night. Make and take packets. You're going to get 6 pre-cut cards. Make and take packets include ribbon, dots, designer series paper. We're going to have tons of fun prizes. We're going to be giving away some bundles for the bingo prizes. You have to be present to win. Like you have to be there to play. Somebody else can't play for you. And packets are shipping the week of August 25th. Again, August 20th is Stampin' Bingo. If you are part of Stamp Happy Academy, you will get to watch the live bingo class. And you need to order the make and take packet to be able to play bingo and get the make and takes and all the things. But all Stamp Happy Academy members will get the PDF for bingo and also be able to watch the live class. So just want to clarify all of that. That's included in your Stamp Happy Academy membership. And for those of you that may not be familiar with Stamp Happy Academy, you don't want to miss Stamp Happy Academy. Here we go. Nope, that's not the right graphic. I don't have it up here, but Stamp Happy Academy is under, type Stamp Happy Academy in a search .ning, Ning.com, and you will find all the Stamp Happy Academy information. It is so much fun. It's like the best stamping website in the whole world, hands down. Okay, you guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Pop me an email. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time, a lot of time tonight with me. I had so much fun with you. Hope you have a wonderful week. Don't forget, I am live on Stamp Happy Academy for my monthly live class on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Can't wait to see some of you there. Good night, everybody.